Well, hi guys. I was going to show a couple of my photography buddies my new tripod, so I thought, well, I'll just make a video of it. If you're not interested, that's fine. If you are, then that's great too. As you can see, it's got the Cabela's name on it. It's made by Swarovski Optics. They make a similar one. It was there at Cabela's for about I think it was $350. This one's about half that. But I get things for free at Cabela's as long as I stay safe at work. So anyway, this panning motion and also the up and down motion is very, very smooth. It's got like built-in resistance. It won't let you move it jerky. I was testing it out the other day. I followed a flock of birds, and it turned out really smooth. Also, like all tripods, you can go ahead and turn it up for the vertical shot. The locking mechanism for the base I don't like as much as some of the more expensive tripods. There's a little pin there, and then your device or camera or whatever slides out, and you can just put that base on whatever you want, of course. To slide it back in, you have to pull the pin down and then let it go. And then it's locked in there, but it does have a little bit of play, and you just have to tighten that. So that's kind of a example or a walk around. The entire tripod is made of metal. This whole head is made of some type of an alloy. I'm not sure what it is, but the rest of it is aluminum. You can also take your camera and flip that whole centerpiece the other way, so your camera is mounted down there to do macro work, insects or flowers or whatever it is you're into. So that's a good feature. I can show you an example of that right now. See, it's like this. You can take that whole that middle piece out and mount it like this. So you have your camera pointing down towards the ground, and that's how you take a macro shot. So I just have my little 780 mounted on there just as an example, but that could come in handy, if you had something on the ground, which I frequently do. To shoot. You can kind of get an idea of the build of it. You can actually mount a camera on this part that's normally on the bottom as well. And as far as the feet, I wish they were spiked, but they're not. They're just rubber. But that'll be fine in all weather conditions and stuff like that. You can hear the aluminum, kind of get an idea of the locking mechanism. But it should be a pretty good deal for me, especially being free and a good heavy duty tripod. I've never had a good heavy tripod. Here is the one I've been using, and it's served me well over the years, but boy, it's seen its better days, and it's still got some life in it. I plan to still use this, but when you compare it to something like this that has this kind of capability, and is this heavy and it's going to keep your camera steady, there's just really no comparison. So that's an example of what of kind of the setup. I was just going to show you. This went too long, so anyway, we'll move on here. The legs have 3 different positions. You can go all the way in with it to fold it up, and then it locks at the first position. Then you can push the button and take it out to the next position, and then the next position. It's almost all the way down to the ground. And then of course it locks at every one on the way in. So that's how that works. It also comes with that little tool there to tighten things up. There are a couple things that can come loose on this after time. And it also comes with a shoulder strap that you can hook onto it and carry it around if you need to do that. The locking mechanism on the leg is one of the only parts on the tripod that is plastic, but it seems to be a pretty well built, smooth operating mechanism. You don't really even have to press that hard to get it to lock, and it locks tight, so that's good. And it does have the thick foam pieces on each leg that makes it comfortable to carry and stuff like that, you know, if that's a consideration. It also does have the that middle piece where you know, of course you can slide that off, and I demonstrated that earlier where you can take that whole middle piece off and turn it upside down so your camera's pointing down at the ground if you need to take some kind of picture down there. The feet on it are a little cheap, I have to say. A lot of them these days, the expensive ones, are spiked, or you can screw it in and out to choose spiked or rubber, and these are just the rubber. But it's a good thick rubber that doesn't seem like it's going to pop off, and it should be good in almost any condition, so that's not too bad there. And you can actually take, I think with 3 or 4 screws, and take this head, the whole head off, and you can get different heads for these as well, so that's a good thing. You know, it's just pretty well built as far as that goes. So anyway, that's a general look at it. The Cabela's Pro Series heavy duty tripod. It's a good tripod. By no means is it one of the best or anything like that. You can go to any photo shop and probably for $300 to $800 get a far better tripod than this. You know, I went to Cabela's for a certain reason, because I get gift cards to Cabela's on a regular basis, so I went up there to see what they had. This is about the best they had for under a couple $100, so that's what I got, and that's a look at it for my photography buddies and anybody else that's interested in something like this. So I hope that gave you a good look at it. We'll talk to you later.